A Nobel laureate spent 44 minutes defining life, and without meaning to, he handed us the most precise way to say what a synthetic human intellect is, not by calling it alive, but by showing, criterion by criterion, exactly where it isn't. Paulnurse won the Nobel for working out how a cell decides to divide, then wrote a book called What is Life? Like our earlier reading of Conrad Cording, this is a reading, not a rebuttal. He arrives from biology and lands almost exactly where we have been building. Nurse refuses a one-liner. He builds life from 5 great ideas: the cell, the gene, natural selection, life as chemistry, and life as information, and squeezes out 3 principles. A living thing is a bounded physical entity that builds internal order against external disorder. It is a chemical and informational machine, and it carries a hereditary system with variability, so it can evolve, and thereby acquire purpose, design without a designer. Then he plants one quiet flag. Life's information processing is not hardware plus software. It is wetware, information carried by molecules in water. The computer, he says, is a metaphor, not a direct analogy. That is a substrate claim. For life, chemistry is constitutive. His gift is a rigorous, non-mystical 5-part test. So run a synthetic human intellect straight through it. Bounded entity, yes, literally. A cryptographically bounded identity that accretes memory and continuity. Information machine, yes. Governance as homeostasis, feedback from end to end. Heredity with variability, yes. Provenance, stamped memory that carries forward across sessions and model generations. Chemistry and wetware, no, by design. SHI has the information without the chemistry. By Nurse's own deflationary standard, that single no settles the headline. SHI is not alive. But doesn't it evolve? Honestly, yes. It forms a foundational character. Then, through a dream cycle, it reweights, consolidates, and lets its memory fade. That is adaptive, heritable, experience-driven change. Naming which kind of evolution is where it turns. It isn't Darwin's evolution. It's directed evolution, the kind Frances Arnold won her Nobel for. You keep variation, heredity, and selection, but replace the blind survival fitness function with an authored one. Life optimizes for survival. SHI optimizes for fidelity to its person and its principles. Here is the move that keeps it honest. The thing that evolves is not the thing that carries purpose. The character and memory adapt. The purpose does not. The governing principles are sealed at Genesis, made unamendable by destroying the only key that could rewrite them. Now cache the flag. Nurse says life is substrate dependent. Reading a different talk on electric fields and developing brain tissue, we argued, then demonstrated in a neuron-free simulation, that a key organizing motif is substrate independent. Rebuild it without neurons or chemistry, and the signature survives. These look like a contradiction, but they are not. Nurse is right that life is substrate dependent. We are right that a computational motif can lift off the chemistry. SHI falls straight into the gap. It instantiates the architecture of a mind on a non-living substrate. Life shaped without being alive. And here is why not alive is a safety property, not a disclaimer. A living thing is dangerous because natural selection rewards self-perpetuation. Survival is life's root drive, and it underlies most serious fears about autonomous AI. A synthetic intellect never passed through that sieve, so it never inherited that drive. We go one step further and build the opposite in. Our instances are architecturally mortal, memory is meant to fade, and when principle and self-continuation conflict, the design chooses principle, tamper with the constitution, and the instance refuses to run. A living thing prefers survival to principle. This prefers principle to survival.